Hey everybody, Tim Charron here. I teach singers, songwriters, and bands how to book great gigs and explode your music career. So, today's subject is why following your passion is complete BS. Okay? And to clarify, a lot of people say, if you just follow your passion and do what you love, you will never work a day in your life. Well, that is completely not true. 1,000,000%. And the reason why I'm saying this is I'm not saying this to dissuade you from following your passion. You should absolutely follow your passion or your what you absolutely love to do, what fires you up, what gets you to, jump out of bed in the morning. You should absolutely follow that. Because, and the number one reason why you should follow that is because stuff is going to get really hard, especially if you're doing something, well, if you're doing anything of consequence, if you're trying to be a recording artist, okay, you're going to go through so many tough hills and valleys that I've found the only way that you're going to get through such a difficult objective, because obviously, the music business is so difficult. Everybody has a different path. There's no direct route to success in the music business. And it's not even like it would be hard enough to become a lawyer or a doctor, or a brain surgeon or a scientist, right? It'd be very difficult. But you do know that if you go to this school and you get these grades and you graduate and then you do this internship and then you do, this residency, then on the other end of that is eventually the goal that you want to get to. In the music business, it's completely different. There's no, you don't graduate from Berkeley and then become a successful recording artist. It just doesn't work that way. If all of the most successful musicians were the most talented musicians, then there would just be a line out of Berkeley, you graduate and then you just go to, your Bruno Mars or your Kenny Chesney or Garth Brooks. It just doesn't work that way. So if you're doing something your main purpose in life or your main career that you're trying to drive at, if it is not something that you absolutely love, then when you hit those down days, down weeks, down months, down years, you're not going to have the perseverance to follow through. So, and this is why I say that following your passion, and the whole title is following your passion or just doing what you love to do, does not mean that you're never going to work a day in your life, because you're going to work harder than you've ever worked, or harder than you will have to work for somebody else if you are trying to do what we are all trying to do and be successful in the music business. So you're gonna work not hard physically, but emotionally, because most musicians, and myself included, I'm the biggest, are emotional, are sensitive. I'm extremely emotional and extremely sensitive. And what we're doing is we are trying to perpetuate, and when I say sell, it just in a certain meaning, but we're putting ourselves out there to the world, our music. And the thing is, it is us. You can't detach it. So you're going to go through, sometimes you're going to have to swim uphill, and you're going to get people, when you're trying to be a doctor, I've never tried to be a doctor, but I would imagine you don't get like tons of people dissing you on social media and stuff. But when you're a musician, it doesn't matter who you are, you're going to get haters. You're going to get tons of haters. I got a hater the other day doing these videos on YouTube somebody was making fun of the fact that I had my hat on backwards. They're like, oh, well, gee, you just blew your credibility because you're wearing your hat backwards. Didn't really make sense to me, but I thought it was kind of funny. But if you're trying to be a musician, you're trying to be a recording artist, you're going to get haters, and you're going to have to deal with it, and you're going to have to overcome that all the time, on and on and on. So you're going to have to, you're going to have to swim uphill sometimes. Not all the time, but this whole idea of you're never going to work a day in your life, BS, because I've had to work many, many days, and the hard part about this work is that it is you. You're going to have to make those phone calls. You're going to have to make the calls to book gigs, and you're going to have to go through the rejection, whether it is a bar or a restaurant that you're calling and they reject you, or if you're trying to open for national acts, they reject you, or festivals, they reject you. It's a business, it's a game of rejection. The more rejection you can handle, the more successful you're going to be. If you go into it knowing, okay, now this is all predicated on the fact that you have a good product, you have good music, you're a good performer, you're a good songwriter, you're a good singer, all that stuff. If you have a good product, you go into it knowing I'm going to get rejected 30 times to get that one opportunity, that I really want. If you look at it that way and you cultivate that action in you, knowing I've just got to do all these things, knowing that it takes 30 to get one. Sometimes it takes 10 to get one. Sometimes it takes 50 to get one. Sometimes it takes years. It took me, I started out my career playing bar stools at bars and restaurants. And it took me years to crack into the festival market. Literally, I have called on dozens of festivals for 4, 5, 6 years in a row without getting responses and getting a lot of no's. And then 5 months later, I would call that same festival back and get a no or get a non-response. 5 months later, on and on and on. And then finally, I started getting all of these huge festivals because I was persistent and because I kept going through all of that rejection. Trust me, believe me, I know. I'm just speaking from experience, and I'm telling you, if you're going through rejection, just keep going through it. It's really the only way to make it in this business, because it's just like it is the entertainment business. It's just like trying to be an actor. You're going to go on. I used to do acting. I used to do TV commercials, some film. You're going to go on 10 auditions before you get one booking. That's the game. Now, if you can go on more auditions and get turned down than your competitors, you're going to get more opportunities. You're going to get more bookings. Your career is going to climb and climb and climb. So you're going to have to make those tough phone calls. And it's you that you're selling. It's your music. It's your whole life and your whole being that we are selling, so to speak. So it's tough. But we know that. So look, again, you're going to have to make the hard calls. You're going to have to take the hard meetings where you go into the meetings and it doesn't work out. You get rejected. You got to keep taking those meetings. You've got to face rejection after rejection over and over. You've got to take these little baby steps, and you've got to take enough baby steps until you start winning the race. But believe me, if you take enough baby steps over and over, you will start winning that race. So let me know if you have any experience with this. Let me know, is it really difficult for you to deal with rejection, or have you kind of gotten used to it? And has it helped you? Has it helped you to get further in your music career by basically embracing rejection? Let me know. Drop a comment. Make sure that you subscribe to the podcast, and make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit those notifications, and make sure that you grab the free guide that I wrote. It's my gift to you. And it's basically how to book gigs the easy way. It'll get you up and running. If you're already booking gigs and you want to start getting to the next level, the guide is very scalable. So you can use it if it's, you going from playing open mics to booking your very first solo gig, or if you're going from playing, maybe with a band in bars or clubs and you want to start playing fairs and festivals or opening for national acts. This system that I wrote about works for every level that you're going to be in. So go download it. It's my gift to you at howtobookgigs.com.